Will you really follow? That's the question. It's a question for you. Yes, you. Every one of you sitting in those pews. And I know Sunday morning can come with many distractions and things that might steal our attention. As we sit and we think about to-do lists and problems at home and problems at work, but if we could just stop and quiet the noise and be still and listen to the question, will you really follow? See, it's a question that begins with a call, a proclamation, that when Jesus comes to this earth, he invites us by saying, come and follow me. And if we respond to that invitation, we get a chance to get a glimpse of his life, his ministry, his purpose, his dreams, all that he has done. And we begin to see that Jesus isn't interested in accumulating the masses and people that might stand at a distance and watch from afar, but that for each and every one of us, at some point, he's going to bring us in close, look us in the eye and say, I don't care what society thinks. I don't care what your family thinks. I don't care what your friends think. What about you? Who do you say that I am? And if we can be as bold as Peter and echo the sentiments of the prophets who spoke so long ago and declare that Jesus is wonderful counselor, mighty God, everlasting Father, Prince of Peace, Emmanuel, God with us, Christ, the Son of God. And so we pose this question because my fear is that somewhere along the way we have rationalized our answer to make it a little bit more comfortable. And we say things like, well, everyone can be a missionary. Just walk across the street. Just talk about him at work. Talk about him at home. And while all those things are good and noble and true, my fear is that we've convinced ourselves that God really just wants us to stay when in fact he might be asking you to go. And so your answer to this question doesn't need to be anchored in guilt or embarrassment or pressure or shame, but in a genuine understanding that when Jesus says, come and follow me, he wants to make you a fisher of men. Because this world needs to hear. This gospel has to spread from Jerusalem to Judea to Samaria to the ends of the earth, because the harvest is plentiful, but the workers are few. The harvest is plentiful, but the workers are few. And so on this day, in this moment, Jesus has quieted the noise and said, what about you? Would you be willing to leave your job, leave your home, leave your city, leave your country, put down your nets, take up your cross daily and follow me? Because the harvest is plentiful, but the workers are few. And so it's a question we all have to answer. It's a question for me. It's a question for us. It's a question for you. Will you really follow?